Oh, hello there. Hello. Here we are. The water is dripping.
It is.
It's Friday. What should we talk about?
I'd like to talk about success. And as an actor, I feel like that's a word that gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun if we chat about that.
Yeah. Well, good. Oh, this is Kayla.
Hi.
And I'm Terry Knickerbocker. Zanakis?
Zanakis. I think you're
Zanakis. Oh, if I were in Greece, it would be Zanakis.
I think that's right. We say it pretty Americanized.
Zanakis, yeah.
It's giving Zanakis.
Yeah.
I had family on my dad's side in like Pennsylvania, and then I'm Dominican and Greek, so I never went hungry as a child.
Well, that's success. So,
That is.
you know, it's interesting. Way back in the Stone Age, if you went to a conservatory, I mean by that like Yale or Juilliard, success back then was going to a repertory company, joining a repertory company. That would be considered like the grand prize. That you could go to like Arena Stage or the Alley Theater in Texas, Arena Stage in Washington, D.C., where you join a company and have year-long employment and be in a season. Well, that ain't happening anymore. And as they say, the theater pays you in hugs, although I think every actor needs to do theater to be a better actor. When I meet actors and they come to maybe discuss potentially training, and I ask them what their goal is, they say, usually, here's 90% of the answer. Can you guess what it is?
I want to make money. Oh, I want to be famous? Is that what it is?
No, that's about 5%. They would say that in terms of I want to win an award. And I say, well, that would be nice, but there's nothing you can do about that, right? An actor can't get an award by anything they do, because that's a marketing idea and it's about the zeitgeist. No, 90% of the people say that they want to be a working actor. And I feel a little crestfallen by that, because I don't think that would be success. Although I think that might get the people who bug them and saying, oh, you're an actor, are you in something I might know? Which is also kind of dumb, I would say. Because what if I'm interested in avant-garde theater and that makes me happy? Is my success based on whether you like or know avant-garde theater? So that doesn't work. But it seems like what they're really saying is I would really feel good if all my money in my bank, my paychecks came from SAG-AFTRA instead of Starbucks or babysitting.
Yeah.
And why I get sad about that is because it doesn't have anything to do with aspiration. It'd be as if you love tennis and you said, well, I'll be happy, I'll feel successful if I get paid for playing tennis, which would mean like at a country club, as opposed to Wimbledon. So, what is success? I'll read a poem by, well, it's not a poem, but it's poetic, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. On success. To laugh often and much, to win respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. That's what Emerson says. I like that.
I want to put that on my wall.
Yeah, it's nice. But here's what I think acting success is. Success as an actor is to be good. to go even further, to be the best actor you in your body and spirit can be. That to me would be success, and that could be a lifelong quest, like your North Star. Because, a little bit like that movie Field of Dreams, I believe if you build it, they will come. If you learn how to be the best actor you can be, and every room you go in, so that you can play leading roles in projects you care about. Not to sit in your castle. And every room you go into, you leave your mark of good work. I know that's going to win. Maybe not immediately, but it doesn't make sense to me otherwise. So that to me is what it is. Because otherwise, let's say you do get paid and you have a job and it's for some dumb show, and even if it's a popular show, it's a dumb show, and the writing is dumb, and the directing is dumb, and everybody in it is not so good. Where's the value in that? You're successful because you got paid? I just, friends, it makes old Grandpa Terry here really pissed off, I must say. So I don't know, what do you think? I think people are nervous about money, you know?
Yeah, I think that's true, but I really agree with what you're saying. It's about quality versus quantity. It's about, life on earth is like, not to get very out there, but you never know how your time will be spent or if your time will get cut short. And so I feel like for me personally, I'd rather spend my time on a really good project that fulfills me and, very similar to that poem, makes changes somebody chemically, like someone's in the audience and they watch you and they come out different. Because I've seen shows where I've watched them and I feel different after watching it, and I'm like, oh wow, that's the reason why we make art. It's because it's holding up a mirror to what we're doing, rather than a lot of pretty pictures that mean nothing.
Yeah, there's fashion, there's what's cool and hip, and then there's truth, and that to me is eternal. Van Gogh, whose brother Theo was an art dealer, so he had an in, only sold one painting in his lifetime.
Wow.
Which, by the standards of money in the bank, would make him a failure. But he wasn't painting for the general public, for what was popular. He was painting to satisfy the artist in him. I'm not recommending that as an acting career, that everything you do, nobody likes and nobody goes to the movies and you don't have any money in the bank, and then when you're dead, people like your work. I would prefer that not be.
Yeah.
But I do like his steadfastness to his own vision. And obviously we think of Van Gogh as a genius at this point, Van Gogh. So, you can get acting roles, friends, by how many followers you have. Here we are putting this out on the old Instagram or YouTube or whatever we're doing here, and Netflix will hire you if you have followers, because they just want eyeballs. That is a company that is all about the bottom line. They're not really interested in quality. They're interested in what sells. And if what sells is, if so-and-so is in our project, we get 1 million more eyeballs, that's all they care about. But then it's not very good. And you have, at the end of your life, you won't have left behind any kind of legacy or body of work that you'll be proud of. And I think it's if you enter acting to make money, man, that's a dice roll anyway. I mean, buy crypto or go to business school or become a dentist or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that the reason you act is because it feels good to act. There's a guy named Frederick Buchner who died maybe last year or the year before, and he defined what he called a worthy life, which really sticks with me a lot. And it has something to do with vocation. A calling. Vocation comes from the same root as vocal. So a calling, like some people find acting to be a calling, like it's that thing that you wouldn't want to be alive if you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's your zone of genius.
Yeah.
And like for me, teaching is that. I love teaching, and I love helping people to learn this beautiful craft. So, a worthy life, your vocation is when your great gladness, the thing that makes you happy, happier than anything, meets the world's great hunger. You know, the world needs stories well told. You love to tell stories, boom, that's the sweet spot. That to me would be success. And therefore, you gotta be good.
Yeah.
Because if you love acting, but you're not good at it, then you won't be relevant. And you won't be respected, or no one's gonna pay attention to you, which is where training comes in. Yeah.
Because you need to have that toolkit.
Yeah, you need to know how to do a way of tools, and a process, a way of working, like how to use the tools. Like I could have a toolkit, but if I don't know how to make a cabinet, then I just have a toolkit. So I have the toolkit, and I have an approach. And it's a pretty simple approach, not easy, which is you give me a script, any script, and I know how to turn that script into behavior, which is truthful, honors the writer, honors me as an artist, filled with my imagination, and that I like, that like suits me. I like it. I like what I did. I can do that. If I can do that 24/7 with my toolkit, my way of working, I can take this anywhere. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I would feel confident. I think that's what people really want, is they want to feel confident as actors.
Yeah, they want to, get a call back for something. It happens the next day, and they're not freaking out, staying up till like 4 a.m, trying to figure out, oh, what am I going to do? Or, feeling like, oh, I have to call someone.
Yeah.
I can't trust my own instinct. And I think, I feel like a true definition of success as an actor is having that confidence and trusting your gut. So when you go into a room, no matter what, you're not only going to do it, but you're going to have fun. And I think finding that joy while you're doing it, and making other people feel something, that's the goal at the end of the day.
I'm gonna challenge you a little bit on the making people feel something part, because I don't think that's in our control.
That's true.
A lot of people come in and say, why do I want to act? I want to act because I want to change the world, or I want to inspire people. I think that would be great. That's gravy if that happens. But we don't have any control over who comes into the spaces where we're doing the work, who's going to see it, and how they're going to be impacted. So I'm really, it has that possibility, for sure. I was just reading a review. I have a 10, soon to be 11-year-old son, Henry. And we went to see Uncle Vanya the other night, and that was only his second play. He was really restless when we went to see Aladdin when he was about 4. So now he wants to see a lot of theater. So I was looking at that show, The Outsiders, that's on Broadway right now.
Yes.
Do you hear good things about it?
I've heard nothing but wonderful things about that show.
Yeah, and I was reading the review, and it says like there are all these tears in the audience, especially from teenagers. So that's a bonus when that can happen. But it's not something you can make happen.
Okay.
You can just put it out there, and put it out there, and put it out there, and hopefully the right people will find it.
It's kind of like what you were saying about the awards. Like that's something that's out of your control.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I can't do my work and know that I am inspiring someone or impacting someone.
You just have to be in the moment. So I guess maybe that.
I just have to stick to my quality.
Okay.
Do my thing, to my own sense of meticulousness, which might be even more than a director's. I don't want people to settle for, if the director says it's good, then it's good. Like, I want you to be not a troublemaker, or a diva, but like do we have time for one more take? I think I can get it even a little bit better. And hopefully that feels really good to a director, because they go, oh, here's someone who's all in.
Yeah, you're someone who really cares about it. Not just like settling for, oh, I think that's fine, but if you can hit up here.
Yeah,
they,
Yeah.
hit for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. So, success, and I think it's a personal feeling of success. It's not how other people view you as success. And we have, like, what if you, do you watch basketball?
I do.
Yeah, have you been watching these incredible series?
This year, I really fell off the radar, but I'm from Miami, so the Miami Heat.
Well, they're gone.
I know,
Sorry.
that's why I stopped watching.
Here it is, May 31st. But last night, Dallas put away the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have a great team, and specifically they have this incredible guy they call Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost 4-1. Dallas definitely had the better team. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, who Mark Cuban, the former owner of the Mavs, got this year for them. But, I think Anthony Edwards didn't not succeed. He did great. He had some great games. He's young. He's going to do great. So are they going to the finals? No. So we could say, oh, they're not successful. But that was a great team. Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, So, being nominated for an award could be good, even if you don't win it, even though winning is what counts. But I think it's a personal sense of success. Do you feel good when you look in the mirror? Do you say, I did everything I could do?
Yeah.
I did everything I could do. And that feels good. Yeah.
I like that. I have a quick question, actually, because you just talked about nominations and how sometimes it doesn't matter if, you don't win or not, but I guess...
It always matters.
Yeah.
Everyone says, it's just an honor to be nominated, but everyone wants to win. And no one remembers who was nominated.
Fair.
But it is nice to be recognized by your peers.
It is. I want to ask, because I feel like sometimes the phrase making it, that I feel like that always gets conflated with actors. Success is making it. But
Yeah.
It's very similar to what we're talking about. There is no definition of making it. It's something that's so subjective and personal to you. So I don't know. That just made me think about that.
Making it suggests that, I just had an image of, how these days when a plane lands, often the passengers break into applause?
I don't know why they do that.
I think they're happy that they're alive. I think they made it, And it suggests a final destination. To me, there is no making it. It's not like a door you walk through and says, oh, I've made it, because the hungry dragon is going to want something else. So I think it's an ongoing journey, and we just keep expanding and keep learning. And there is no making it, which suggests, it's a threshold, it's done, journey's over. I don't think that exists. It could be, if you're an actor, when you get your SAG card, that's a threshold, because it's like, oh, I got hired for something and now I'm a member of the union and they want a lot of money from me, by the way.
Yeah.
Or it could be your first Broadway show if you're into musical theater or something like that. That could feel like something, but that doesn't mean that all those shows you did at the Public Theater or off Broadway or Bushwick Star were not successes, but it might feel like a threshold. But according to who? Do you know?
Yeah.
So I think you just have to do the best you can, and I think it's great to be aspirational and have a dream of what you want to do. For some people, what they want to do is, I want to be in a Marvel movie. And, like I said, what are your goals sometimes to an actor? That's the question we were talking about before. They'll say, I want to be on a Netflix show. Okay, but that's weird to me,
Mm-hmm.
I think a good goal, and you'll never make it, is to be the best actor you can be going forward for as long as you can, and to keep growing and to keep challenging yourself. And to me, artistic death or boredom would be like to be on a show for 25 years. You'd have a lot of money, but where's the challenge? Where's the cool thing of being an actor and being in different roles all the time? So I don't know, making it, That's like the applause at the end of the airplane ride, you know. So I don't know about that. You know, we have this acting studio here. I don't know. We're still in business. That's good, and people who come here like it. But I wouldn't dare to say that we've made it. It's, you know, every day's a new challenge, and we're trying to get people to come and study because we think we have a good thing here. But there's no making it. There's just like doing it.
Yeah.
I would say.
Life's all about that journey, because once you hit the destination, what happens next? I think we're always doing something. I mean, acting is doing.
Yeah.
We're always.
I think it's good to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't get complacent. So you don't feel kind of soggy. You know.
Soggy's not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else we should talk about to the dear friends out there and with each other?
I don't know. Do you feel like we covered success?
We talked about success, yeah.
We did.
I mean, having a good day in acting class could be success. I mean, I think about one particular day. I studied with the great late William Esper, and I came to his class late in his enrollment process, so his class was full. I'd already graduated from our alma mater, NYU, which was not called Tisch when I was there, but became Tisch.
Yeah.
Experimental theater wing. And still needed more training, I felt, and came to Bill. And so I was an alternate, which meant I worked with, talk about a blessing, Maggie Flanagan, who was just starting to teach back then. She's an extraordinary teacher. And watched Bill's class, and then was basically waiting for someone to drop out or get kicked out or something like that. Or to leave acting or get married or whatever. And one day, someone was absent, and it was about halfway through the first year, and I always had to be ready in case someone was absent, and Bill called on me. And sometimes he would, and sometimes he would, but this was my first time, and he said, "Oh, come on, Terry, you have somebody?" And I said, "Yeah," and we were in the phase of the work where you're emotionally preparing and knocking on a door. And I was nervous as hell, and my partner was a wonderful person who's also now a teacher, and Robin Morse, daughter of the late, great Robert Morse, a lovely, lovely actor. And I guess her partner was absent, so I went out and I prepared, and I had a circumstance about like being high and driving my car and like running over a 3-year-old who ran into the street, and he was in intensive care, so it was all about guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this crazy emotional preparation going, and I knocked on the door, and tears were coming down my eyes and out of my eyes, and Robin was there, and it was a blur. I don't remember everything, but I just remember like, that was incredible. I mean, I remember like it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And none of these people knew my work. They just knew me as the guy sitting in class watching. They're all there like, whoa. And Bill said, Bill's idea of praise was, that's the idea. And if he said that, or you're not bad there, you know, it's like, oh my God, I won my Oscar just then. So that to me was huge success.
Yeah.
You know.
It reminds me of the saying that I feel like I hear a lot in Meisner classrooms, you're on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the success, is just being on the right track.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because those days always felt the best, where you were like, yeah, I'm on my way. But the success is already here.
And sometimes you bomb.
And sometimes you do really bad.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh wow, I wish I was.
And you learn from that.
And those days.
You learn from that too.
Those days I feel like I remember more sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that was bad. What was I doing there? No, yeah, that's really great.
One day I was working on a limb in the second year, we call impediments. And midway through the exercise, the limp traveled from my left foot to my right foot.
Oh, I love it when that happens.
That was not good. Of course, Bill picked up on it. He said, what is that? What kind of limp is that?
What's happening?
That was a fail. And And the great response to failure is curiosity and a sense of humor. So I try to have a sense of humor about that. Anyway, friends, this is hard, acting, and it's hard to keep the faith. And that little light of yours that's shining inside you is your own thing, your talent, your joy, your gladness. If you can keep that going and keep pursuing, and don't let somebody else define success for you. It's not about a bank account, it's not about an apartment, it's not about an Emmy award, it's not about, oh, I got a co-star, oh, I got a callback. It's whatever it is for you, but I hope it has something to do with being good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. I think we're done.
Happy Friday.